Hi, I'm Tracy Radley and welcome to Transmission Tuesday, Light Language Healing Activation, helping you on your ascension journey, coming to you from Australia again this week. Firstly, I want to say thank you to those that have subscribed recently to my channel and for those that have been with me for some time. It's lovely to have you here, and as you know, without you guys, I can't have a channel, and without the channel, it blocks me having my own expansion because this is part of my journey. So thank you for being part of mine, and I'm really blessed to be part of yours. It's been an interesting time since we spoke last Tuesday. For those that know that I do the volunteer work, or I have had projects of my own set up in Nepal since 2010, very unexpectedly these projects began. I did my first presentation in Australia again after 3 years of not doing them. So I go and speak at bigger groups and like your Rotary and Rotary International, those type of places, about what I do and the journey. And while I was really excited about doing the presentation last week, because you never know the numbers, I had this kind of nervousness because I know the Nepal project has only been like a small component of my journey for the last 10 years. And it's what people over here know me for, that I do volunteer work in the tangible way, not so much this energetic side. So it was really interesting and somewhat challenging to do the presentation and keep the spiritual side out of it, and stick as much as I could to the tangible things that most of these people could relate to. So it was a growth area there. I was lucky enough that I did get the opportunity to speak about like a bit more of my journey, going from the growth and expansion that I've had from leaving my home and leaving my income and doing the volunteer work and living completely outside the comfort zone. But obviously I put the parameters around it without saying, and I tune into other dimensions, and I'm going to these other places, and my volunteer work is more collective and galactic work now than it is in the tangible form. But it was really interesting anyway to already read into the vibe of the people that I would be speaking in front of. And they're all a lot older than me. And it was a mixed crowd. So, there's some of the people there that weren't so open to the way I live, going when they had the questions like, so how do you know where to go next? And what's your next plan? And I'm like, I feel it in my heart and I follow it. And I've just done my best to learn to trust and surrender that it will be okay. And once I get to that place, I'll know what I'm there for. Obviously, eyebrows raised for people that are not, that are used to the more controlled way of living and planned life. And where are you off to next? Well, I'm not really sure. I'll know when I know. I know that's challenging, but you know what? It's the first time I've really had the chance to share that with more people in that spectrum. So it was actually really nice. And there was a few people afterwards that came up and spoke to me and were really inspired by, the bits of the journey that I could share. But it was also, noticing for myself, knowing that that tangible side is closing down and there's a new chapter of my life starting. So it's connecting with people that are ready for the type of work that I do and the journey that I've taken. So it was a really nice learning this week. And when self-reflection, like I said, it's been 3 years since I've done one of those presentations, and also being on the radio as well, which I absolutely love. I generally only line it up when I'm in Australia and just when I feel like doing it, and it just flowed. So I did a presentation one night, interview the next day. Never know what the questions are, we just go with the flow. But it was really good because the man that does the radio interviews actually was at the presentation the night before and spoke to me afterwards. And he's like, I can see it's more than the Nepal project. He goes, there's a lot more of the spiritual side. He goes, so maybe we can kind of work this in more through the radio interview, which is what we did. But again, we couldn't go spiritual, esoteric side of things, but we did go into the personal development and the growth and helping people to become more aware when changes need to be made, and addressing fears and that type of thing. So that was really nice that we could do it from that level. So it's slowly stepping up to help people as they're awakening. But like I said, I know there's the times when, like with you guys, I can obviously talk more esoteric realms, multidimensional, but for other people I have to always gauge where it's at and what wording I can use. So in saying that, there's a message in that for you guys, that even though you may be more aware than some people through this awakening process at this moment, you need to take consideration and be able to learn how to connect with people where they're at and not make a judgment yourself. And I know it's challenging because a lot of people make judgments when you're going through this awakening process yourself. Like for me, it was like, I know these people, a lot of these people at this presentation I'm doing are actually going to make a judgment about me from this 20 minutes, half an hour talking. They're putting me into their boxes based on their realities. And you know what? A lot of it's going to be completely way off because they don't know me. But that's okay, because I'm like, it doesn't matter. The fact is that I'm here. I get to share. I get to connect with the right people, and hopefully I give people the opportunity to overcome some of their fears and challenges, help them come out of their comfort zone, and self-reflection that, you know, people do live different. Is my belief, you know, really validated? Like for people to be able to have that for themselves, and also with me going, you know what, I'm standing in my own power. I don't care if you agree with me or not, because this is my journey and my belief system as it is at this moment, and your opinion really doesn't matter. I just have to be truthful for my truth. So that's my message for you is, you know, follow your truth, be respectful, but just know that your worth and your experiences are valid, regardless of what other people say. You have the power to reflect on every situation and take an awakening experience from it in yourself, create a new realization. And that's your journey by interacting with friends and family and work colleagues or whatever it is that, you know, can challenge you because they're not at the same level you're at. They give you the opportunity to keep growing. So that's the blessing in it. And yes, sometimes it's challenging. And I spoke with a client this morning about it, a lovely lady from Texas, and I know you'll be watching, so hello. That, you know, you've got to keep looking at each situation back to you, reflect back to you, what is this teaching me? Do I need to stand up for myself, or do I need to step back and actually observe and listen? You know, it's trial and error. There's no perfect path for this. We work it out as we go. We're all fumbling our way through this awakening process because none of us have done it before. It's never been done in this way. So it is scary. It is challenging. It feels like we make mistakes, but we don't really. It's just another opportunity to learn a different path from the one we just took that may have been a little bit more challenging than it needed to be. So in saying that, I'm going to send through a transmission, or bring one through now because I can feel it brewing. So for those that are new to the light language, it's working multidimensionally. I work straight in with heart and soul. No interference. Pure light and love comes through. Your brain, your logic is not supposed to understand it. Just embrace the experience and let it be what it needs to be for you. Okay? Because it's absolutely different to everybody. Nobody experiences this the same. If you watch this again, if you listen to the sounds and transmission again, it won't be the same as the first time. Okay, it's ever evolving as you are. So if you want to close your eyes and open your heart. Miasi sambedika sun sambade tota sumpado se sameke shunta sumade de giri sansala sumpate sensalaka sunta shembida da sun sameke tota sumba kikapuda se silika sun salameke tota sun sameke shunta sunsa mio sansaluka sumbade tonta sun salake shunte sesi siwala sun sameke tota susameke tota sunsa siwala sun salake sumbade de sansaluka Masa se luka sumba shunte sunsa, siwala susamba de sunsa sumaka shinti, siwa lula sunsa luka sunsa, huwa sunsa luka sunsan sun shintuka sunsa, mi si mikara sunsa sasanakara sunsa sasanakere totakara sunsa, sasanakere sunsa sasamike shunta sunsa, sensalakere sunsa sanakere sunsa mike shunta, sasamike totakara sunsa sanake sunsa salake tota, tia sundashe. Shivola sunsalo ante sekora, mio sunsalo ka sunsa samike shunte, shivola sunsa sumake sunta sunsa salakeka, kakanimeke sunsulo ka sunsala ka shinti, shinamaka sunsa sanaka sunsa sanaka sunsa sensesenekere shunte sesasamiki tuta, tanakade sensesenike shunta sesasamike sunte. Temekade sunsa sulaka sunsa sasanake tutaka, kualan sunsen sense. Sawala sansaluka sunta shinoka sansanseko kiko maka sunse sunka shunte shiwala konta sunsansake Kiwala sun san sumatete. Siwala suayan santa de ke son sansa. Shawola sun san sanse. Siwala sun se. Siwa tuta sun salake sun san sansa. Masu san sun selake. Siata sun salaka. Shen ta sun ka. Shen. Huala san salaka sunda shente sunsa. Mawala sun san suke. Siwala sun salaka sun se tito ta sun salaka sun se. Siwalola sun salaka santa shente. Me sun salaka sante. Shawala sun salaka sehula sun salaka shente sun se. Siwala san saloka sun semeke. Mio san salake sun se. Siwala sun wala sense loka sun tashante. Mian sun salaka sun sense. Su sampede kede sense loka su antan salake sun tashante shuma sense. Mia sun salaka sun tashunta shemeki. Kalamake sun chichi. Shimika sun sasa. Sawala sun salaka sun salake shunta sense laka sun be. Bio san satsulaka san salaka san sasunaka shante. Misu salawa sense susumaka sunsa. Salawa sense se itota sun salaka samashe. Shalawa san salake sun salamaka sun salake sun tashanta sensatete. Sawala intense. Sawala san sense. Mekura sun sasanike tota sun salaka sunsa. Suwa en san sense. Sen sense selake. Me sun salake se. Sewala sun tatada san salake sun nashatesi. Siwala sun salaka sun badede sun salaka. Huan sade kanta sun salaka mase. Shishima sun salaka sun ba. Baluan sun salaka sun teshe. Shishimia sun sa. Huan sun se sunaka sun salua sante. Shewala sun salaka sun badede. Mia sun salaka shante tuta sun se. Siwala sanse semikito ta shanta sansamaka tente doka sanse. Sheshimaka sansilaka sansalaka namike sansalaka nadaka hanakana sanaha. Okay, there's the transmission for you. You know you can listen to it as many times as you need to. If you've got any feedback, if you want to share your experiences, pop it in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. I post pretty much every week on a Tuesday. Unless I'm traveling. And what else do I have? If you benefit from this channel and you're in a position and feel guided to place an exchange, there's a PayPal button there. It's always appreciated to help me keep paying this forward, because I do obviously a lot of free work for people and everywhere I'm going 24/7 in the collective. What else was there? Okay, I got a message just to remind people chapters are closing. Like there's a lot of shifts taking place in the areas of, well, for quite a few people in the energy that I'm feeling, it's like we're on the verges of new beginnings. Like there's big new starts that are coming, right? And there's a lot of us that have the closing off some of these last highs, and just to be patient and hang in there. You know what, we can't rush to the end or where we think we need to be without tying up all the loose ends, okay? So each time we tie up a little bit more of these old chapters, we're making what we're creating more solid, okay? So just take it step by step. Don't try to rush things through at the moment, and especially with Mercury retrograde going on, we get a chance to slow down and reflect and get those finer details sorted out. We get to review, not so nice for some people experience, but you know, old relationships, people from the past do come up around this time, and things we thought that we dealt with, were done, these chapters were closed with these people, suddenly they've re-emerged again because there's something else that needs to be healed, moved, released, let go of, or else it wouldn't rise. So just know that's actually the vibe we're in at the moment, and that's okay. Don't overanalyze why somebody stepped back into your life, or maybe why you're thinking about someone from the past. Just know this is actually part of the cosmic process at the moment, that we're getting this chance to go a little bit deeper, clear a little bit more of the layers. Obviously these have been sitting under the surface because we weren't ready to deal with them until this moment of time when they're coming up again, and it's all good, it's all natural, it's all normal. You know, we're growing and evolving every day. Sometimes we just get like a little bit more pushes at different times. So we're coming into closing phases. We're starting new ones, whatever area of your life that be. It may be home, relationships, jobs, whatever it is. For me, I know it's all of it, because I don't have the stable home at all, or a country, an address, a phone number, any of those things. My business is up and down because I'm moving around a lot. It's not consistent, but that's all coming together because I know I'm here closing more of these old chapters like I've done in every other country, bringing up my karmic stuff, doing whatever it is I need to, where I've had energetic ties over the lifetimes. That's how I've been moving, that's how I've been living, and now I'm coming into creating. So I'm excited, a little bit nervous. While I know my bigger picture, the steps along the way and what I have to experience each day and go through, I don't know, they're a surprise, just like you. So just, you learn to be comfortable with being in a state of not knowing. But from a bigger picture, always knowing everything's always okay. So just remember that even if your logic can't control the outcomes, things aren't happening the way you want them to in the time frames, or the way you pictured, planned and had it done, it doesn't matter. It's all okay anyway. It will all be fine, because we're living a soul-inspired journey. It is not our logical path anymore. So we learn to trust, surrender, and from the bigger picture, everything's always awesome. Okay, sending you love, and I will talk to you next Tuesday from somewhere. Okay.